Who would have ever thought that 22 long rifle would become a rare round in the United States of America? I mean, absolutely incredible. 22 long rifle. Okay, I have some Blazer right here, 525. I bought this a while ago, and 525 rounds for what? 22 bucks, 21.99. And now you can't even find this stuff. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. It's kind of interesting. A lot of people said before the situation that, you know, one of the reasons why they chose the AR-15 is because, you know, if something ever went down, you know, the military uses that round. It'll be easier to find. Now, obviously, we're not dealing with SACF, but it's interesting how it's a lot easier in my area to find 7.62 by 39. More common than 223 and 5.56. Okay, so I had to make a decision about my carry bag. So like my range bag, or some people may call it my rifle bug out bag. And I wanted to be a little more discreet in carrying it. This is, again, I showed you guys this. It's a good way of carrying a rifle if you want to be a little more discreet. The wood is pretty thick. You know, it's a little bit on the heavy side, but it's not too bad for a guy my size. And frankly, the lighter wood, I was worried that the weight of the AK might actually cause the lighter wood to break or crack. You know, because I came across some wood this thick, and you know, so I figure with the type of staples I was putting in there, you know, I would be better off with thicker wood. I also thought about getting a glue gun and putting some glue around this area, which, you know, I'm probably going to end up doing anyway. That would sort of make a lot more sense, help it stay in place. But I'm still going to have to rely on putting staples in the clips right here. So keep the clips in right there. And it was really important for me to sort of keep the gun stable. I didn't want it to bounce around inside the bag. Okay, if you actually have an AR-15, you may get away with some lighter wood, but in any event, for me, I'm going to have to go with something a little bit heavier. Make sure the wood doesn't actually cut into the bag. But anyway, you guys know this is my everyday carry. The Glock 21, full size 45, with 2 extra magazines, the flashlight, Streamlight flashlight. But, you know, they take CR123. So if you're looking for something that's still fairly bright, but, you know, it takes more common batteries. This one right here, the Coleman Max, takes 3 AAA batteries, easier to find, pretty adequate for me. So it might be a decent light to actually have in your vehicle. I actually have one in my vehicle, and I also have one in my house in the location where everybody knows where to go to find lights and stuff like that, and batteries. You know, so make sure everybody in your house can find lights and batteries. Okay, you guys know I'm on a budget, so I'm always thinking about stuff like that. Speaking of SACF, you know, items that probably aren't that interesting to most people, but simple things like cars. It's like anything that can provide a slight distraction, you can enjoy with family in hard times. You know, you get these cars that are used in real casinos for $1 at Dollar Tree, so something worth checking out. You can find a lot of wipes and stuff at Dollar Tree. There's a lot of items you can get at pretty good prices at Dollar Tree. Anyway, I just want to share some lessons I learned while trying to camp in Alaska. And one of the lessons I learned was that when things get rough, you sweat. Well, at least if you're a big guy, you sweat a lot. And even if you're a smaller person, you may sweat a lot. This is a fly for a tent. I actually have a tent in my van, but it's really important to have extra clothes in the vehicle. Extra socks, extra shirts, extra underwear, some toilet paper in there as well, even a mosquito net. So that's things like that. This right here is called an outdoor dry bag. I think the smaller version has a clip as well, so it's a little bit easier to manage, but I found this to be very durable. And just to give you an idea of the type of stuff I like to put in it, this is, again, something I would put in my vehicle. And here's a little shovel. So if you do work on an emergency bag, you may want to avoid the really cheap bags that may become a hazard to you, because if you end up in water and you start to get some water in there, it can weigh you down. If it's raining, that can be an issue. Your pack may not be waterproof or water resistant, so that's something to actually think about as well. You want to go walking around with your bag in the rain and see what happens. You may find out that it just soaks and becomes really, really heavy.